welcome to a Katie from the radio, or welcome back if you're who cares, whatever. Let's get to it. Who's this? Maybe I'll not introduce myself. Maybe I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys figure it out, and I'm gonna see what Mark Torres has to say about it. But I think you probably know by now. Anyway, doesn't matter who I am. Who am I here with? I'm here with Glenn McBride Jr. He's a director, actor, writer, incredible actor. I've showed a teaser of Screenwalkers to four people I know, and
Oh,
all four
thank
people
you.
had the same reaction. I tell him this all the time, like his grandma, and they're like, when he comes on the screen, they're like, "Oh my God, who's that?" So who's here? It's Glenn McBride Jr. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. I feel like we're on like a game show right now.
Right, right.
Next question. Let's do it. Today's a game show day. 90s comedy for our he's also a movie buff. So I'm not a movie buff. I work on a lot of movies, but I'm not a movie buff. So
Okay.
Glenn, Mr. Movie Buff, 90s comedy. First today. What's the difference?
I think 90s comedies versus today was more dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was really
Danger.
getting in trouble and what they were doing, what they were saying in movies. Now, everybody's so politically, trying to be correct and everything and trying not to get canceled that,
Hmm.
they try to dance around this fine line and everything. With the 90s comedies like A Living Color or,
Hmm.
Scary Movie or Adam Sandler movies and stuff like that, Mad TV, they kind of push the envelope. Now that envelope,
Yeah.
there is no envelope. Everybody's scared. Everybody just stays away from the envelope, the table, the chair. They stay away from everything now. So
Right. Yeah,
that's the
I would
difference.
actually say that based on that, 90s comedy filmmaking is less dangerous then, and it's much more dangerous than ever now, because who knows what you're gonna say that's gonna upset someone. And personally, I don't
Right.
really, well, I don't want to upset anyone, but it's the algorithm. No one's gonna see your stuff if you say certain words that will just upset the algorithm.
Get
So,
flagged, or what I'm saying? It's like even I saw it like Dave Chappelle and other comedians flew to I think uh not India, the Dubai, whatever, to do a
oh
concert.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because it's not censored. They can say what they want to say.
Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia. They flew
Yes.
into Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia, and
They're wrong.
yeah,
So they can say stuff over there they can't say over here. So, you know what I'm saying? So they will get a lot of
huh?
flack. So, that just kind of tells you what's going on with comedy and films and stuff like that. So it's coming back slowly, but, it's going to take a minute.
Yeah, it's coming back overseas because Dave Chappelle said it's easier to do jokes there because you can say more things there. Because I
Right.
guess it's more racist against certain groups, so you can get more jokes in. And honestly, I will say, as like an ex-comedian, I haven't done it in a while. I'll go
Hmm.
back. Yeah, the rooms where you have more convicts and criminals in the room, I do better. I have a better time on stage because I don't have to watch that the police are here, the word police, oh, they're gonna say. And I've gotten accolades and people, recognize me years later being, oh my God, you were so funny into the rooms where you're full of criminals. As these people that play by the rules. I don't know. Maybe a lot of rules are meant to be broken, and maybe a lot of the systems in today's culture don't make any
Right.
sense. And people who follow them, in my mind, they're a little bit stupid. All right, so now we're sticking with the 90s comedy theme.
Okay.
90s indie filmmaking theme, excuse me.
Mm.
What's the difference between the filmmaking in the 90s indie filmmaking versus indies today?
90s, there was a boom, like a giant explosion about indie filmmaking in the 90s. It was Quentin Tarantino, it was
Mhm.
Robert Rodriguez. There were so many guys that were coming out doing these great things independently, and they were making a lot of noise. Kevin Smith with Clerks and everything. So, there was this big rally behind independent filmmaking during
Mhm.
that time and everything. Now, it's the big studio movies, it's the sequels, it's the remakes, it's the reboots. They want to make their money. They want to know they're gonna make their money back and everything. So they're rebooting the reboots. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the big comic book movies like, Marvel and DC and everything. So, you know, myself and you and George Massimillo from Long Island and a bunch of other Sean King, Bobby and everything,
Mhm.
Victor No More. Since there's all these indie guys that still carrying the mantle, but it's just now it's harder for to get our movies out there with streaming and everything. It's so saturated now. You know what I'm saying? With so many
Yeah.
different films and everything, so many different streaming networks. So it's like, well, how do we get our movie out there so people can see it? So you have to become more creative. Well, I think even
Hmm.
the 90s indie filmmaking, you had to be a little bit more creative, but there was a how can I say it? There was a lack that was needed in the 90s. Now it's
Right,
so saturated with so many different films and TV shows and everything. Like, well, where do I fit in? Where does my movie fit in? You know what I'm saying?
right,
That's a
right.
little difficult. That's a little difficult.
You know what? And as someone who has used the VHS since I was probably two or less, and I like acting and I like directing stuff and writing and making
Mhm.
videos and commercials and movies. That's all I do now is commercials and movies.
Right, right.
Um, maybe, I don't know, just think of the state of our planet and what the earth needs and our society needs. Maybe unpopular opinion in the acting, directing, writing, filmmaking community, and it goes against a lot of things I want to do for a little bit.
Right.
Maybe if every actor quit acting and became a farmer, we'd have better quality food and everyone would be eating healthier, living longer,
Right.
and less pain. And maybe we need less actors and more farmers. What do you
Well,
think
I
about
mean,
that?
we do need farmers. I mean, acting's great, movies are great, but I like to
Right?
eat. So, you know what I'm saying? I think,
Yeah.
we need that. I think we can have a nice balance, you know what I'm saying? But we need our farmers. We need our entertainment, but we need our food more. You know what I'm saying? I was saying.
Less acting, more farming. That's really the actors are really gonna love me for that one. All right, so speaking of more diversity in the farmer world, because no one talks about being a farmer or growing food. Nobody, like except me. And then when I try to give them vegetables from my garden, most people look at me like I have 25 eyes and they're like, "What? I'm gonna eat this Nutri-Grain bar, shaped Nutri-Grain, or whatever."
I've tasted your stuff from the garden. Very good. And you've no good. But
Yes, yes, you've been one of the people like, "Oh, I'll take it." And I was like,
yeah,
"Oh."
yeah,
Everyone says I'll
right.
take it. It stands out because
I'm
most people don't.
trying to eat healthy. So I want to
All
live,
right, so
see my
yeah,
movie.
we want you to live. So no soda, no pizza. Move on from that. All right, diversity in the film. We're going to diversity in the world of filmmaking and acting now. What are your thoughts of the current state of diversity? Where do you think it's gonna go? Where has it been? What's the problem? What's working?
I mean, comedies are coming back. I don't see. I'll see a lot of diversity in certain comedies, like like Seth Rogen. When I see his new comedy show, The Studio, that's on Apple TV, there's
Hmm.
a
Oh,
lot of diverse actors. You got Latina, you got he has two Latin actors and that are main people in the show, and
more
uh,
is better.
yeah, and black guy and everything. So I think we're seeing it. I just think that now people are kind of like checking boxes, like, okay, we got this, and not
Yeah.
just being genuine. Like when I do my movies and stuff like that, I don't have a checkbox. Okay, I got my black friend, I got my white friend, I'm just kind of writing, and because my net and my field of friends are so diverse, it's going to just happen
Right.
anyway. So it's going to happen anyway. Where Hollywood is like, they have a bigger net than me, and they're struggling
Hmm.
with diversity. I'm like,
Hmm.
are you kidding me? You guys, it's a studio. You guys are a studio. You guys know everybody in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
um, I think that diversity is coming back. I just they don't need to check boxes. Just be genuine. Just write the comedy and stuff like that, and just cast right. You know what I'm saying? And cast well. But it's coming
Mhm.
back. You know what I'm saying? No, I see Marlon Wayans is coming back with a scary movie franchise, and as you remember the scary movie franchise when they did it, we had black, white, Hispanic. It was the
Mhm.
cast was diverse. You know what I'm saying? So that's coming back. You know what I'm saying? But until then, people like you, me, and everybody else say, we're kind of like you're in Store Buddies, but if they watch Store
Mhm.
Buddies, I got a black guy, actress that's Jewish, Italian,
Right, right.
and
That's true.
Jamaican, Haitian. We have all these different people together just doing great comedy stuff. So we need to bring that back. We need to bring that back. So it's coming, but in the 90s, it was not, it was lacking a little bit because they would have one black person for each show. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that black person checks all the boxes, you know what I'm saying, for them. And that's as far
Well,
they were.
when I go back to making my own videos and my own films, it's going to be only females. That's it.
Okay.
Um, Only naked females. That's
That's
it.
cool.
And I think it'll go over quite well,
All
even
right.
though there's lack of diversity. No, I don't know. I'm just
I
being silly. All right,
think
next silly question. Santa Claus. All right. If you have kids, you have
no.
kids in the next 5 years, let's say, would you tell them Santa Claus is real or fake? What's going
Fake.
on?
The same thing my dad told me. Like Santa Claus ain't real.
Oh,
There's no guy coming down the chimney getting you toy. If you didn't get the toy, we couldn't afford it. Period. So it's like,
really?
Yeah, yeah. And two, they're like Christmas not even your birthday. It's Jesus' birthday. So you should be grateful you get anything. So
Wow.
that's how it was in the house. You know what I'm saying? So
Go
yeah,
dad. Yeah, I would do that.
Santa's not real.
Oh,
He's not coming down the chimney. The tooth fairy's not real. So let's just get
oh, yeah.
Easter bunny's not real. Yeah, so my parents knocked that out quick, like early on.
Wow. Wow.
So
Okay. Speaking of knocking things out, urges, humans all have drives, and the drive to survive, maybe some people say there's a will to live,
right.
thirst, hunger, sex, maybe the desire we discovered to be included in the tribe. So let's say you could get rid of all of your urges and all of your human drivers and just work on your goals, which I know personally, making movies, making web series, and you can control these urges. But when I say control them, that means that like you can't spend any time at all on, let's say, food pleasures,
Hmm.
drinking pleasures, and all types of drinks, hot cocoa, everything, and sex. Would you give up all three? Like you can't even have taste buds anymore, but you
Hmm.
can get all your stuff done. You can focus on everything else. No food, no drinks, no sex. Would you give that up today? But as Jen God, you have guaranteed success in filmmaking and you have
Hmm.
guaranteed health until you're 90. Would you take that offer?
No, no.
No, I knew it. I knew it.
Movies, I want to live my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna live to 90 and not eat, not say.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, no. And what kind of movies I'm gonna be doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens? You know what I'm saying? Things can change. The movie
Uh-huh.
industry could shut down. So now I'm not working. I'm not drinking coffee. I'm not eating. I have sex. It's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out.
Right. See, I
Especially
would
if they have another
almost
strike.
take it. Yeah, yeah, no. No, you're right. But isn't movie making life, isn't that all you need?
I mean, I like making movies, but it's not my full
No.
life. Yeah, it's like, because it takes time to make movies. It takes time to write the script. It takes time all this. So it takes a
Yeah.
lot out of you by the time you get to day one of filming. And then when you're done, then you
Yeah.
have to edit the movie. Then when that's done, okay, how are we gonna market the movie? And then, so it never
Yeah.
stops. So yeah,
And you better recover. I was in bed for 15 hours
yeah.
last night, just recovering from what the heck. All right, next question, AI. So AI is here. There's already one company wanted to have
I
a
saw
meeting with
that.
me a couple of weeks ago. You
Okay.
can sell your likeness to certain companies now. Um, so let's just say I'm a company. You
Mhm.
can sell Glenn to an AI company. You're going to make $20,000 a year for 4 years. You're going to have to compete with yourself because your AI self will be there competing against you.
Right.
Get the deal. $80,000, 4 years, $20,000 a year. They can you do whatever they want with you.
Mhm.
What do? You take the deal or no?
No,
Why
because
or
I'm
not?
not competing with my AI. I'll be really mad that my AI is getting more better jobs than me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm very. It was interesting with the AI thing because I saw a commercial and there was a background actor looked just like me, and I thought it was me. I was like, it was a commercial, like 2 weeks ago. I
Oh,
saw it, sitting down drinking. It was like a coffee commercial. I was like, I mean, it from the side profile, even the way he was moving, it looked just like me. So,
huh.
um, I'm not with the AI thing. I think AI can work on certain things, like if you're like I got this movie that we don't have the funding to do the crowdfunding. Like we don't have the money to make it, but we can do this AI thing to show you
Mhm.
guys this how the movie's gonna look, and you know what we're talking about because you're in it. So,
Graveyard? Graveyard?
bike night.
Oh, bike night. Okay. I was listening to
So,
an interview, doing my research, by the way, yesterday, listening to you talk about graveyard shift. Yeah,
okay.
that's another one.
So,
Right.
bike night. We do this AI. We use AI to show you how our world we want it to look. So you give us the
Yes.
budget. This is how the movie would look. I think that kind
Okay.
of works out. Or like you don't have a studio to create your set your world that you want to do, but AI you
Right.
do that. So that's cool. But replacing actors and stuff like that, or like no, I think it works
Hmm.
here and there. Like what's his name? James Earl Jones passed away,
Hmm.
but I think he's
Hmm.
got a deal that can use his likeness for other Star Wars movies and stuff like that, like Darth Vader. He plays Darth Vader. That's
Hmm.
great. But me competing with an AI actor and everything, that's just no, come on. We're not, I
No.
wouldn't go see a movie starring an AI actor. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, same, same. You know what I find more interesting now, and I thought about it somewhat, I guess, in younger years, but now it's more conscious, like conscious. I want to see an actor, what moves that they would make, like Nicole Kidman. I don't know. For many reasons, I find her kind of fascinating. And she was
Thank
in
you.
this
Thank
movie, like Baby Girl, which is like a very sexual thing. I guess I watch a
you.
lot
I
of
just seen
sexual
a clip.
stuff.
I just seen a clip on Instagram about that. Yeah, yeah.
I not that I'm like a huge Nicole Kidman fan or any actor
All
fan.
right.
I'm really not, a fan of anything. I just like whatever. But it was interesting to me to see what choices she would make, like what things she would
Right.
do with her face and tilt her face here or do this or that with her body. And because you kind of know her a little, so this is just my take on AI. I have a lot of takes, but this one would be basically if you have some people out there, I guess actors or performers, and you kind of have some type of affinity or you want to see what they would do in this or that scene, I feel like those people are going to stick around and they're going to
Right.
make it through the AI. Whereas you have other people, you don't really care what they would do in this situation with their face, their body, how
Right.
they would respond. Maybe those people can be replaced by AI. That's what I'm
I mean,
thinking.
depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the new Fast and Furious. They bringing Paul Walker's character back. Right.
Oh,
And so they're gonna have to use a little AI and stuff like that. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? So for certain situations, so God forbid an actor passes away, you have to finish this movie, use a stunt double, you can use AI, mix it up and stuff like that. I get it. I respect that. But to
yeah.
replace working struggling actors that are trying to make it and trying, have their
Mhm.
work seen and their works heard, but you're gonna use AI. It's like even I think Timberland is using he has the first he just signed the first AI artist. And they're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
like, what is that? What is that? I don't That's not
Right.
real to me. And an artist is somebody that's a human being that has real feelings and has something to say. You're making this AI and you're gonna sign them as an artist, and like that doesn't even make
Yeah.
sense. Doesn't make
And you
sense.
know what though? As someone who's casting sometimes, I don't really want to deal with someone who has feelings and a job and a schedule and a family. So like I
I
get
get
it,
Yeah, I get why they're doing it. I get why they
actors have too many feelings. Shh, be quiet. At least I can be a robot automaton sometimes when we work together and I just get the job done. So at least you can benefit from part of this mindset from me. It's like, Glenn, what do you need? Let's get it done. Like a robot. Leave the problems at home.
right.
Unless you ask me, and then I'll tell you.
No, it's like I think I like working with actors. I like working with human beings. I like working with different actors. They all come with different personalities, which is great. Some
Yeah, yeah.
personalities are a little bit stronger than others. You have to learn how to deal with them, work around it. That's life. That's just life.
Right,
That's the world we live in.
right.
So, and AI, I don't have no desire to work with a full AI actor. I think AI can be used for certain things that will work, that can help the film world, but to take certain people's jobs and everything, I'm not down.
Yeah.
I'm not down with
I
that.
don't know. I don't know. I worked with some really difficult actors, and I already have a pitch and I said it on this radio show. So I could go back, I would just replace them with AI. It would be better for everybody involved. No, on that really positive note, how much I love humans and their personalities. No, I do. I love Glenn. We
I
CQ
think.
experiment on before. I'm just playing a villain role, just joking around here. Now, on that note, Glenn, can you just tell us your socials, where to find you? We got to close out.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, DIR Glenn Junior Films. And right now we got Store Buddies that Jens is in as well. It's doing really well. We start production of Deep next week, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And I'll be dropping the teaser poster to pull out this weekend. So like a romantic Christmas comedy. So I'll be
Glenn
dropping.
is busy.
So
Yeah,
and
Glenn's mentioning all the films he's working on. He's got
I
many
mean, but
years
Jen's
planned
in
out.
all those films, so which is great. So
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna get a haircut. I gotta work on myself. You gotta make sure that as a human, I keep
yes.
myself up and I can function on the 25th. So on that note, I'm gonna be sending you some bullet hole special effects, right? You still
Yeah,
love
we gotta talk
that?
about the cuts and
We're gonna
everything.
talk about that. And on that note, we're gonna close out this interview. So thank you very much for
Thank
coming.
you all.
Humans, my final thought would be work on your personality so you don't get replaced by AI. Because a lot of
Yeah.
you guys, I have one friend, I actually thought after a few edibles, maybe he's an NPC. And part of me still thinks that. Because why can't you have an interesting conversation? All right, on that note, see you later. Back to the
You
studio for
guys,
more
keep
here from the
walking. Peace out.
radio with Mark Torres. Watch Screenwalkers. Bye.